Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, I'm ready now. So, yeah, that's me, Akin Aregbesola, welcoming you to this session. Yeah. All right, guys. So you're finally welcome to December the 4th. We've been advertising this for a while, so the day is here. So bear with me as I allow people into class. All right, so my name is Akin Aregbesola of the DeITern USA. I know some of you are joining from Nigeria, but majority. You can hear me, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right, so you have a broad range of questions, I know, so I'm going to tackle. I'm echoing. Could you? Will that be from Ola? Please check your mic. So I'll take you through all of the steps and everything that you need to know before you start the IT training proper. Very important. So bear with me for those who are already into IT as I attempt to at least bring everybody on the same page. All right, so this is meant to be a long-term training, not just one-day seminar introducing you to IT, but a long-term training spanning over 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and even 6 months, depending on how far you want to come, right? And then let me share screen so I can begin to explain the different aspects of this training. Cheers. All right, can you see the website? theITern.com.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So we advertise 4 major training. The free training categories are, so you can also come here on your own to take a look at the course curriculum. So if you click here to see detailed course outline, it will bring you to this page. All right, so on this page, we would see cybersecurity basics leading to certified in cybersecurity, certification in cybersecurity. So this is a basic course that tends to introduce you to IT generally, and specifically to networking part of IT, with a view to understanding the different aspects of IT that you will be securing as a cybersecurity expert in future. This course by itself does not make you a cybersecurity expert. It's just a basic training that introduces you to cybersecurity. And it is taken from the curriculum of ICS 12. All right? If you want, which I do not recommend, you can go ahead and write the certification at the end of this course. But the certification for this course, which is a 1-month course, does not carry so much weight. It's not something you can take to an employer and say, I'm a cybersecurity professional. I am a no. It is, like I said earlier, an overview, an understanding of the concepts behind the features, the applications, and especially the hardware, the physical servers and data centers that you will be securing as a data, as a cybersecurity person. I hope that is clear. It's a 1-month course, and it's mostly theoretical, explaining what switches are, what routers are, what cybersecurity is, the different aspects of the cyberspace that you are expected to understand and secure, and ultimately a firm understanding of the different components and aspects that come together to form the fundamental of IT, which is networking. It does not cover anything practical. It's just a deep understanding and explanation of things. I hope you got that. Hello? Can somebody confirm that you still hear me?
Yeah, understood.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes,
Yeah,
we can hear you.
you.
Awesome. Beautiful. Did you get the concept of certified in cybersecurity course, the free training for 1 month?
Yes, we did.
All right. It's a great course. It's a great course, particularly for people that are coming into IT for the first time. So when we go into practicals, we begin to say we are configuring Linux operating system, we are configuring IP addressing, we are configuring firewall. You might be wondering, what's he talking about? What's the meaning of all of these terms? I don't understand them. Why did they not explain them before configuring them? This is the course that will take you through all of those concepts. At the end of this course, the cybersecurity training, you'll be conversing as an IT expert. You'll be talking like somebody who has been in IT because you understand all of the terminologies. All right? You understand IT from the perspective of triple A. I'm careful not to mention any technical terms now, but just an overview. All right, so that is 1 month training, and the training is free of charge. However, of course, I'm sure that you know that if you were going to pay for this training, you are talking in terms of hundreds of dollars. The training, all of the training marked free training are free of charge. However, the recorded videos of the training, the manual for the training, little support that you may get here and there, not in cybersecurity because that is not practical. And of course, a certificate to say that you completed this training. All of that will come as a package for $100. Right? To come in, attend the training for free. But if you feel that you need access to the video so that you can practice on your own over and over, you can watch, and then manual, of course. Everything we'll be discussing in class, they're already in the form of manual. For example, the cybersecurity manual by itself is over 400 pages of theory. But I've extracted the vital part of those 400 pages manual into an 80-page manual, straight to the point, that you can go through and understand. Even if you are going ahead to write the certification, it's the summary of everything that the certification expects you to know to pass it. All right? So even though the training is free, access to resources, I already mentioned what the resources contain. So if I say resources, the videos, the manual, the support, and certificate of completion, which I'm sure you already saw a sample of, all of that will come for $100. All right, so that's for cybersecurity. The next course is, if you can see this, is Linux system administration, or specifically cloud server administration. This is where the practicals start for people who want to go all the way to become tech guys. So basically, I'm saying that there is one aspect of IT that is not so technically deep, and there is another aspect of IT that is really technical. For this not so technically deep arm of IT, for people that will be coming from a non-IT, non-technical, non-science background, cybersecurity basic is it's recommended, highly recommended. And then on top of that, you may now build other IT courses that are not very technical. It will just be click of buttons here and there in order to configure stuff, especially within a graphic user environment like we are on right now. All right. But for people who want to go all the way into IT, the technical people, the foundation that you need to build that technical capabilities on top is Linux server administration. So this is about taking you, let me just take you into what Linux is practically so that we talk less. So for Linux Systems Administration, which is another free course, you'll be learning practicals. You'll actually be communicating with servers. Let me show you how that works. So I'm going to log into cloud. One of the three major providers of cloud services is Amazon. Amazon as a company. All right. And the services, the cloud service offered by Amazon is called AWS, Amazon Web Services. To go into Amazon Web Services, to go into cloud using Amazon. I'm sorry, I'm distracted regularly because I'm allowing people to class. Just bear with me. So we'll come to AWS. This is not the training proper, just to give you an overview, especially for people who have not seen it. All right, so you come to aws.amazon.com, and then you log into your cloud account. In my own case, my cloud account is blocking it here. Okay, so I can see. So I log in, and then I log into my cloud account. So right now I'm in cloud. There are so many things that I can do in cloud. In fact, the possibility of what is possible in cloud is almost unlimited. But right now, what I want to do in cloud is set up a server. So I click EC2, which means set up a server in cloud. I click that. All right. And then I do not have any server running. Just to show you a demo of how Linux administration works, I'm going to set up a server, and I'll just call it demo server. All right. So I'll go all the way down, and then I say for SSH purposes, I'm going to use that key. And then I say launch an EC2 instance. EC2 instance is what AWS calls server. All right. So now I have launched my server in cloud. And to go into that server, I click that link. Now this is the server. And the details about the server, what is the system resources, what is the security status, what is the IP address, all of that I can find around here. But now I'm not here to teach you all of that in one day. You will know that over 1 month. But what I want to show you now is, now that I have this server launched, to go into the server so that I can begin to manage the server from within the server. Everything I see right here is outside of the server. To go into the server, I come to, I make sure the server is clicked, it's selected. Do you see that sign there? It says connect. So I click connect. All right, so when I click connect, I come back here and I say connect to the server. And this takes me into the server. All right, so right now I am inside the server. Earlier on, we see the whole cloud environment outside of the server. But with connect to the server, I'm now inside the server. Now that I'm inside the server, I can configure the server. I can tell the server, you know what? I need you to be my web server. Do this, do this, do this. I need to create a file. I need to move file from this server to another server, from my Russia server to my US server. I need to prepare this server to become the production server for the company that I work for. How do I do all of this? All of this English that I'm speaking. How do I convert that into something that the server would actually do for me? By entering the equivalent Linux command here. So it is your ability to to know what command to enter the command to produce the result that you desire. That the result of the English that was spoken at the meeting, the management meeting, and even at the directors meeting, that this is a new security policy we want to implement in our organization. And then they give you that as the systems engineer to go and implement. This is where you implement it. If you don't know what to implement here, it will say bad command. I do not know what you are talking about. But if you know that what you want to implement is, for example, change the clock of our server, even though we're operating in US, for example, we want to change the clock of this server to Asian time, maybe to China time. so that it displays China time instead of American time. Then what command do you enter? Those are the kind of things that you learn to be able to administer, to manage your server. And servers at this level, generally servers will run two kinds of operating systems, 3 in theory, but 2 in practice. Microsoft server operating system and Linux server operating system. Can you see me? I don't see myself. So at this level, we are talking about the Linux operating system because that is the operating system that systems would use when we are talking about applications that millions and billions of people will connect to simultaneously. Anyway, the reason I'm here is just to show you the environment of Linux and what you will be doing under Linux server administration. It is your ability to work from this kind of environment. We call it command line interface, or more specifically, the terminal. This is what makes you a technical person. When you can come here to this environment, can you see that environment? We call this the graphic user interface, GUI. Ability to work from here, you are half technical. You are not really a core technical person. As long as you can use mouse to play around and click what you want, fine. But it is your ability to go into the command line interface and work from there, issue commands and get results from there. That is what makes you a technical person. So do you have an idea now of the expectation, or at least the environment where you will be working to become a Linux system administrator?
Yes, sir.
It is
Yes,
from this kind of environment, compared to this environment. Compared to this environment. This environment, I will use mouse to click stuff, graphic user environment. Or in this environment, I'll use my keyboard to enter commands. The commands are generally Linux commands. Occasionally, you would also have them as PowerShell and other kinds of commands, but 90% of the time, maybe 80% of the time, it will be Linux commands. So those are the commands we'll be learning under Linux system administration. Again, that class is free of charge. However, to have access to the manual, which is the list of commands, the projects, because from this level of practicals now, we're talking about projects. So when prospective employers are asking you, do you know this? Do you know this? It is not about, do you know how to create files? No. It's not about, do you know how to change time? No. It's about, have you completed, or it's more about, they are project-based exams, more about what experience do you have in setting up servers that I can convert to web servers in order to deploy my application. So they expect story about I did this, I did this, I did this, I used this to accomplish this. So that comes in form of project. It may not be like 3 days or 1 week long project, but even if it's going to be 15 minutes project or 1 hour project, they should make logical sense in terms of what we are bringing in to the organization. And that is what we have in the manual. That is what you need to look at the video over and over again to be able to do by yourself. It is not me doing it and you seeing it that makes you the expert. It is you repeating it by yourself and being able to confidently do it on your own. That is when you can claim the experience. All right, so that's about Linux server administration. It's a 1-month course. By the end of 1 month, you should be confident as a Linux server administrator. Because what I just did now, we'll do it every class for 1 month until it becomes mental, something you can do on your own. All right. The next course after that is coming free of charge as well, even though ordinarily we do these courses for $300. The next course is AWS Cloud Solutions Architect. Can you see that here? AWS Cloud Solutions Architect, free of charge. It's for 1 month. It runs on Mondays and Wednesdays, 2 days a week. This same time, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Texas time. Thomas Otundu, you are finally here. All right, so I just allowed you in. All right, so AWS. What's AWS? I mentioned briefly, you may not have caught that, but I mentioned briefly that there are three, of course, there are hundreds, possibly thousands of private and public cloud providers. But the three major cloud providers that own like 80% of the market are the cloud services owned by Amazon, the one owned by Microsoft, and the one owned by Google. So these are the three major cloud service providers. And the biggest of these three is AWS. AWS, Amazon Cloud Services, Amazon Web Services. All right? So many of you wanted to call me to have one-on-one session about which is better, is it AWS, is it Microsoft Azure, is it Google Cloud? I'm answering that now because I couldn't have taken 200 calls individually to answer you individually. Anyway, so the biggest of these three and the father of cloud is AWS. So for that reason, every time we talk about cloud, I want to take you into cloud to show you stuff. It is always the preferred cloud environment to do that is AWS. And this is AWS. This is AWS. Remember how we got here? You don't have to remember now because for many of you, it was the first time, so no problem at all. Anyway, so this is AWS. Now AWS is very wide. There are so many services, so many thousands of services that are available within cloud in general, and within AWS in particular. All right. So well, maybe one man can, but these days, no one man is actually expected to know everything in robotics, know everything about Internet of Things, about stuff. No. It's too wide. So what you do after you understand the basics, the fundamentals, and the services available in cloud is to take one of these areas and specialize. So the general aspect of cloud that you are expected to know, that everyone coming into cloud should first of all know before you start specialization, that aspect is called cloud solutions architect. So once you cover that aspect according to the syllabus, to the curriculum of AWS, you become, and you write the certification you want, you become a cloud solutions architect. So under this AWS course, we are going to teach you using the curriculum of AWS Cloud Solutions Architect Associate level. We'll cover topics like, it's already within syllabus. It's not coming out of my head. So we use the syllabus to cover topics like compute, a bit of database, a bit of, mostly about EC2, all of these terms here, different types of instances, launch templates, volume snapshots, elastic IPs, load balancing, auto scaling, DNS, called Route 53 in AWS, and most important of all, the combination of all of these individual services in creating your own network, your own private network within a public cloud. Those networks are called VPCs. VPC is actually creating a full-fledged virtual network in cloud. All right? So the climax, the apex, the peak of your knowledge of cloud is to be able to set up and manage your own VPC. You get it? So that is what we are going to learn under AWS. And then after you have learned AWS and you are familiar with cloud, the concept of virtual cloud, the concept of virtual networks in cloud and all of that, you may now, on top of that, also go and learn any of the other cloud provider services. So you may now learn Azure on top of cloud, and then you may now learn GPC on top of GCP, Google Cloud Platform, GCP. All right? So you it's not normal for you to say, I'm a cloud person. I know Microsoft Azure as a cloud platform. I know Google as a cloud platform, but I do not know AWS. No. You're expected to know that one first as a foundation, and then you can build on top of it. All right, so that's what we're going to cover under AWS.
Yes.
Curriculum of AWS Solutions Architect. Please bear with me, keep your questions. Once I'm done with all of this intro and I still have not dealt with your question, then you can ask them. All right. So those are the 3 courses, and then one more course. There is another course. These are for technical people, for people that will be going all the way to become software developers. You want to work for Google as a technical person or for any of the big tech companies. These are for people like that. For people who are not so strong technically, I would suggest or recommend that you go in the line of not very technical courses like cybersecurity related kind of course. So there is one more course that we are offering free of charge. That course is called Infrastructure as Code. Infrastructure as Code. Talking about it will take so long. So let me just give you a demo of what I mean by infrastructure as code. All right. Can you see, once again, we are back to our cloud area. Can you see this? We have 3 windows open. So working within this environment in cloud is actually Linux administration. So I close that. Now, working with this within this environment, we are working within the GUI using our mouse to click stuff. Now, if your organization says, as our cloud solutions architect, which means as a cloud solutions architect, it means that you understand cloud enough. You understand all of the services available within cloud enough to be able to take this, assemble them into an infrastructure, that's what we'll call it, that can now accept and make available the application that your company has created for the world. For example, that application could be Uber, it could be some food delivery application like Dropbox. It could be some health management application for whatever that application is. As the cloud solutions architect, you created that environment in cloud with servers, with firewalls, within a secure VPC that is that will never go down, highly available, that is scalable, and all of those parameters, all of those KPIs for measuring a highly reliable cloud service. So you are able to create that environment so that that application will run in that environment and never go down and will be secure and all of that. That's what a cloud solutions architect is ultimately. So if your company now says, oh, cloud solutions architect, please go to cloud, go into our account and set up 50. Okay, maybe that's exaggeration. Set up 3 servers. One will be our test environment. One will be our development environment. One will be our production environment. Set up these 3 servers so that we would have this place to deploy our application to. So that the millions of customers that have already subscribed to our application will now have access to our software. When I say application, I mean software. Once deployed to that environment. They do not expect you to come here and create a VPC and then come here and go to EC2. That noise keeps. Please mute yourself if that noise is coming from you. Because when people are watching this video later, it's going to. Let me see where the noise is coming from. I'll be trying to bear it, but it just keeps. Where's my video? I'm not even seeing myself. I'm so engrossed. Okay, so. Oh, there are people on video as well. I thought I was the only one. Bear with me. Bear with me. Oh, nice to see. So who is bold enough to be on video? You are bold. Okay, just 3 of you. We're not so many. Okay, that's good. People are video shy. Damilola Agola and Zoom user. This Zoom user, you don't have a name.
Busayo. I will change it to Busayo.
Okay, yeah. Nice to have you guys. And there's a handsome man there too, Olawale. All right, good. All right, so please just watch that the sharp noise is not coming from you. So let's go back to class. So I was going to introduce you to infrastructure as code. So infrastructure as code means that you are not waiting to come to this place to physically click buttons in order to create that environment, that infrastructure. No. What is expected as the solutions architect for your organization is for you to write codes. And then you just run the codes, and the codes will go into cloud and deploy all of the infrastructure that you should have gone there to manually click one by one to deploy. So that next time there's that kind of project, you simply take the code to that company, to be virtual, and then run that infrastructure. So that what initially took you like 3 weeks or even 3 months to gather, to eventually come up with an infrastructure that works, next time you want to do it, it takes you only 30 minutes to run the code that deployed that first infrastructure that works. And in 30 minutes, you are up. So the conversion of that manual work to codes, so that you run the codes now and the codes will go and do the work for you, is what we call running your infrastructure as code. And this is a demo of how that works. So you come to your IDE, your integrated development environment, like you see here. Can you see this environment, for example? Can you see this blank environment?
Yes.
Okay. So this is my IDE. So let me see if I have, I should have some infrastructure as code file here. So just to show you a demo of what we mean by infrastructure as code, where's my, okay, main dot here. All right, so this is an example. So this is code. Can you see this? This is code written in Terraform. And what is this code doing? This code is saying, using AWS as my cloud provider and using the region US is one, which many of you may not know now, but we'll explain the meaning of all of this and you understand that when you do AWS. And using my security group of this, go to cloud, open all of my ports, in other words, no firewall, using this operating system and using this capacity, this type of instance, using my key pair, go and create 40, I put 40 there, 40 servers for me in cloud now. So if I save that, and then I come here and I say Terraform, apply, for example. So this is going to go into cloud and it's going to create 40 servers at once for me, meeting the 40 servers that meet the criteria that I have set as part of this code. So that's how infrastructure as code works. And that saves me a lot of errors. It saves me a lot of time. It saves me troubleshooting. It saves me time to deploy that in place of going there manually to set up 40 servers. All right? So if I now come here and say, yes, go ahead and do it, without even logging into cloud, without logging into the account, while you watch, it is going to do that. But just because you are novices, I assume, I know that there are some experts here, I'm just going to go into cloud and look around so that you see that, it's actually being done, but it's not necessary that I actually log. So let me come here now. And then let me look around for instances. And then I'm going to see that 40 instances. Can you see them? They are still being created. 40 instances are being created. From that code, from the code, not because I came here to manually do it. Do you have an idea now how infrastructure as code works? So it is only when you are able to work from this environment using code, that is when you become a proper solutions architect. Or when, these names can be called by different nomenclature. You can decide to call this person an infrastructure, a cloud infrastructure engineer, or an automation engineer. Automation means that you are not doing things manually. You are using code to automate the process, to replace the process of doing things manually. Yeah. 40 servers being created just while I'm talking to you. I'm not busy working. So this is infrastructure as code. And it is when you learn to work from here to do what you should have done from here automatically, in automated fashion, that is when you become, yes, I am now an IT technical person and I'm ready to find a solution. So knowing Linux operating system, having a good grasp of that and being able to use it, knowing cloud enough from the context and the perspective of being a cloud solutions architect, and learning to do that using infrastructure. These three is what makes you the cloud infrastructure engineer that we advertise. So if you do this month one, month two, month three, and you cover these three, then you become a cloud infrastructure engineer. All right. Later on, you are going to see that running services in cloud can be slightly expensive. So let's refresh. Have we created all 40 of them? Let's quickly refresh to see. Yes, we have created all 40 of them. Remember, we created one earlier on, and now we created 40 more. So 41 servers altogether. And if I wanted to terminate all of the servers at once, I don't need to come here to terminate them one by one. I can equally do it from here. In fact, once I can work from here, I don't need to go to server to go for anything. Look at the IP addresses of all of the servers created. Anyway, we are not in training proper now. It's just a demo. So let me quickly do Terraform destroy. Terraform destroy. Auto approve. All right. So that same command will go into cloud and delete all of the servers that I created earlier on. So with that, you have a feel now when people say code, I'm using code for automation. This is an example. This is an example. It's not all about this, but this is just an example of how codes can be used to provision infrastructure in cloud. All right. So after the first 3 months, you cover all of that. You would have covered the cloud server administration, AWS Cloud Solutions Architect, infrastructure as code. All right. So you become good enough for automation engineering. However, IT does not end it. IT does not end there. You may want to build additional skills on top of that. You are now, the limitation that you have to operate within cloud is now removed so that you can now also work with people outside of cloud and not just limited to cloud. So there may be other areas that you want to specialize in, but the area that I am an expert in is the area that is called DevOps Engineering. And DevOps Engineering, I'm not going to go into the details. it just means that aside being in cloud, aside automating infrastructure in cloud and making that infrastructure available for the deployment of your company's application of Uber, you are now also able to connect with the people that are developing the application, the developers, we call them developers, the application developer, the software developer, the programmers, the coders. You are now also able to interface with them to take their codes and create a pipeline between their raw codes and the refinery that will process that code into application. Create a pipeline so that their code will run through that pipeline into this refinery, be refined, and the end product is now available in the market to your customers. So that concept of not being just in operations, but also interfacing with the developers to take their codes and deploy their codes into your operation so that the world, the market can see it, is called development and operation, which is DevOps. All right? So you need skills beyond just operation. You also you need skills that would help you interface and integrate the codes from developers. I don't know if I'm making sense. So that is what DevOps is. But let's not even worry about DevOps. For now, let's just focus. Let's first of all focus on what happens in cloud. What do you need to set up in cloud in order to make it possible for applications to deploy successfully? And once applications are successfully deployed, what do you need to do to make this application available in a secure, in a reliable, in a scalable way, in cost-optimized way, and the most efficient ways to customers. All right, guys, let me just go through that. So for the people that will be going through Linux as a course, I will be your trainer. I'll take you through Linux as the fundamental course that takes you into IT tech, to be an IT technical person. And for people that are not so tech or they are completely new to IT, in fact, some of these things I'm talking about now, it's strange to them. They still don't get it. So they need to really get the meaning of the little terminologies and concepts that will make them really understand IT. Then, of course, we talk about cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is really going to start from the gate man at the gate. What's the gate man doing here? After you come into the data center, what do you see and how do you log? It's going to take you through the elementary stages.
Good.
Before you even get to the server room to explain what server is and so on and so forth. So that with that one, nobody will not say, I do not understand what happening. So there are people who have been doing stuff on their own and they already understand that. You may not need to waste time learning what you already know. Go straight to Linux if you are technical minded. But for people that are completely new to be cybersecurity, I will also be your trainer. Again, the training is free, but resources in terms of the manuals and I already explained what resources are, will just be $100. And then we'll have and those my courses, the Linux and cybersecurity would be start today, would be Mondays, Wednesdays for Linux, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays for cybersecurity. And then we have the other courses. We have AWS Solutions Architect, the full curriculum for AWS Solutions Architect, the full course. We'll take that for 1 month. And then my colleague Ray is the trainer for that one, AWS, as well as infrastructure as well. So we already saw what you'll be doing under AWS. We took you to the environment and you saw what you cover. And then under infrastructure as code, it will be about this environment, how to set up this environment by yourself, how to generate all of these codes by yourself. They are not difficult. Don't be scared about codes. We'll use AI to generate codes, and then we'll give you access to the documentation where these templates already exist. And then you just copy them. Don't reinvent the wheels. Nobody expects you to write this code from scratch. No. There is a library for codes. We'll show them to you. For $100, yeah. All right, so, and then we'll release the secret of other trainers, unfortunately, so that you have access to what they also have access to. So that we'll not challenge other trainers to do. I know some of them are here, unfortunately. You are spying on me. We'll challenge you to go learn deeper courses and leave all these small courses. So while, yeah, so let us leave it at that. All right, so, and then we also have room for people who feel, I don't want to be in a class of 100 people or 70 people, or people asking, why don't you just do something for me or 2 or 3 other persons, just a customized class where you are ready to pay the regular fee instead of this free $100 or free $100 material. All right, so for those people, we also have room for on-demand paid training. For majority of the people here, majority, I know that some of you have really already consulted me that you don't want to be part of it, whatever it is. So we have something for everyone. So link to classes. For the cloud server administration with Linux and certified in cybersecurity courses, all you do is just click this link to join class. That's all. Just click this link and then you'll be allowed into class. So one is Mondays, Wednesdays, the other one is Tuesdays, Thursdays. So 4 days a week, I'm in class. 2 of those days, I'm taking Linux, and then the other 2 of those days, I'm taking cybersecurity. And for the courses that are, the other courses, which are AWS Cloud Solutions Architect, and then Infrastructure as Code with Terraform, all you do to join class is click this link. All right? So Mondays and Wednesdays, while I'm teaching Linux, another person is taking the AWS class at the same time. So just click this link to join the AWS class or the Terraform class if it's for Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then, of course, for people in America, especially $100 for manual, that is chicken change, that is lunch money. But for people in Nigeria, $100 convert that to Naira, that's a lot of money, right? People in Nigeria, that's a lot of money, right? Is anybody joining from Nigeria here?
Yes.
Yes, so it's a lot of money.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so for us in the US, $100, no, it's just like, it's nothing. Anybody that complains about $100 is not ready to do it. So $100 is nothing, but for you, it's a lot of money. So what we are going to do for you extra, people in Nigeria, is there's Nigeria special, but only people in Nigeria can join. Only people in Nigeria. All right? So
How about we
for
from
that
Ghana?
special class, and unfortunately, no. How many people from Ghana? We might do something about that.
We are all brothers.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. It's just that the meeting configuration is such that it allows IP from Nigeria. But let's talk about that outside class. We'll see what we can do for our Ghanaian brothers. So for that class, we are ready to do something to accommodate them. So if we are giving to American people free of charge, it's just fair that we extend it to Nigeria. And what are we doing for those people in Nigeria? Do I have it here? Here is somewhere. Yeah, it's here. Can you see it? Can you see this? So this is what we are doing for Nigeria residents only, and now maybe also including, in fact, the whole West African residents, for whom $100 is a lot of money. This is over 100,000 naira. So provided you are ready, please mute yourself if that means it. So provided you are ready to do the 3 courses, because IT only makes sense, or not when you do Linux, or you do only, that's why many people come back to me to say, I completed the AWS training somewhere, but I've been looking for a job for how many months? I can't find a job. You cannot get a job with just AWS. It has to be a complete package. Linux At least, it doesn't end there, but at least it has to be Linux, AWS, infrastructure as code together to make you a cloud infrastructure architect. So I highly encourage you to take at least those 3 for the training to make sense. Otherwise, you just do them in bits. And because they don't come together to make something meaningful, you don't gain something. You don't gain job. You don't get a job out of this training. So it will be 3 months training and it will be 50,000 for material instead of the conventional $100 for material. All right. So the links are already here. And then this is just there for information sake. For now, let us focus on the free training for this session. And then, of course, here I have the course outline, the brief course outline. Under cloud server administration with Linux, what do we cover? We're going to cover all of this in one month. Under cloud solution, we cannot, actually, if we want to really see everything we want to cover, it will be 3 pages of course content because the official syllabus for AWS is like 7 pages. So we just extracted something just to show you, at least give you an idea that we'll be covering things like VPCs, S3, CloudFront, Artifactory, and so on and so forth. All right, so this is the course content for our AWS, and then infrastructure as code, that's the course content. And then, of course, we talk about DevOps engineering and Kubernetes engineering. These are big courses that you would only understand after you come into IT and you do those first 3 months. That is when you cannot understand, oh, what do we mean by Kubernetes? What do we mean by platform engineering? And so on and so forth. So this is advanced, not for beginners. All right? And then, of course, once in a while, we also have this kind of advanced as well. But specifically, we're talking about projects for interview, how to answer interview questions with regards to projects that you have completed. All right? So project 1, you build a CI/CD pipeline from scratch for a deployment project. Again, this is kind of advanced, but it's just there as part of our entire curriculum. And this is just a sample page of what your resume should look like compared to what employers are looking for in order for you to say, yes, I am ready. All right, before I allow you to ask questions, I'll be talking for almost 1 hour now. Let me quickly take you through questions about how much do IT people earn, what are the opportunities that are out there, and so on and so forth. All right, so let's quickly go to the place where there are levels of IT employers in terms of what they pay. For the big tech companies, you'll find what they pay here. The big tech, the Amazon, the Facebook, and then all those other tech companies, the big ones. All right, so here at levels.fyi, you would see that for Amazon, for example, they are almost like entry level, senior SWE. So for many of you, will not be senior, you'll be either entry or maybe 2-3 years experience. All right. So for companies like fintech, okay, let's just talk about the ones that you can see, right? So these are the big tech companies. Software development engineer, which is where you will fit. This is an idea of what is obtainable. With a basic salary of 137, then benefits and bonuses. Not benefits, bonuses in terms of, we could call it stock bonuses, will total that. But this is senior back-end engineer. Some of you may not. Okay, so let's look for a less position. 17 minutes ago, somebody posted that he works for Facebook as a software engineer. And this total pay comes from, this is for technical people, not for, I think I'm rushing. I am not saying that after 3 months, this is what you will earn. No, I am saying that if you take the time and you make the effort to develop career in IT, and then you start by building this 3-month foundation, and then on top of that, you continue to build a career. Build a career. Career is not a come and do this in 45 days and magic will happen, or come and do this in 90 days. No, 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 that's not career. I'm talking about really spending time and making genuine effort to genuinely learn and then build career over 1 year, 2 years, 3 years for something that will last a lifetime. Then these are possibilities. These figures are possibilities because people are already doing it. This is what they are doing. In fact, it's even likely to grow. All right, with a base salary of 224 and stock of that and so on and so forth. These are possibilities, not promises, just possibilities. Let's look for something that is more, let's see, for DevOps engineer, more to your field. For DevOps engineer, which is what I will train you to ultimately become if you build on the foundation that you are going to gain from this free training. So look at this guy. Under DevOps engineer, he works for this company as analyst, 0 years of experience. Can you see that? Are you still seeing what I'm doing here? Hello, can somebody confirm you can hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. We can hear you, sir.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. All right, so 0 years experience. This guy has 11 years experience altogether, but 3 years experience as a DevOps engineer. So some of you have been working for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, but you are just coming into IT. Yes, all of those years may be relevant depending on how you present them. So this is like a more realistic situation compared to your situation. He works for a tech giant called eBay. Of course, it may be. Let's look for other situations. Yeah, just to give you an idea, we're not really analyzing stuff here, just to give you an idea. So on the average, DevOps engineers with 3 years, 4 years experience, and these 3, 4 years experience, you can claim from the projects that you would be exposed to as part of this training. You do not really need to go work for 3 years, 4 years before you come back to look for a job. It's really about what projects have you completed? What area of specialization have you focused on and gained industry level experience from to be able to claim it in your resume? All right, so generally speaking, for people with 2 to 4 years experience, which can be obtained within 6 months of intensive training, you'll be looking at 120, average of 120K, $120,000. I'm talking for people in the US. $120,000 per annum. And then if you have a bit of experience on top of that, you could be looking at 150. However, if you are now lucky to gain employment with the big tech companies, then of course, something like 250 or 300 would be normal for you. All right? So not everyone is lucky to gain employment, especially the first employment with these big tech companies. If you are getting your first employment from an average company or from a regular consultant, then to be something in the neighborhood of 100, 120, 130. And then maybe 1 year or 2 years of experience within that kind of company, you may now upskill to this level where you can do 300, 400. And we're not exaggerating. I hope you know now, because this is a very, very reliable, we're not talking about, this is a very, very reliable source because people are actually posting their actual salaries. These are human beings actually posting their salary, right? So what this one telling you? This one is telling you that the average salary of a DevOps engineer is 148,000, where the 25th, a quarter of No, 75% of DevOps engineers would have salary in the on the job will have salary in this range, whereas the top 10 DevOps engineers will have salary around 250. But on the average, it is 148,000. And the reason this is reliable is because human beings are posting regularly here. They are posting, not just somebody sitting down in their office and analyzing based on what they think. This is the actual situation. All right, and then you can go specific. So you can be specific. You can go to particular companies in particular area to actually know what they pay. All right, so that's as far as salary expectation is concerned. If you put in the work, and then that's about all I can talk about now, and then I can take your questions specifically. But in case we forget to mention that again, let me go back to the website. So to join classes, to join the free training, you go to theITern.com from tomorrow. So classes today is just for orientation, take your questions, see who and who is coming in for what and what. Hereafter, if you want to join class, depending on what class you want to join, come here, go to see details, course outline, all right? So we said that we have 4 free courses going on, the cybersecurity and Linux. I'll be the trainer for those courses. We also have AWS and infrastructure as code. My colleague, Ree, will be the trainer for those courses. And then we'll have a standby trainer or Bafemi who will be ready to take anyone who does not fit into these categories that already outlined. To join class, if the class you want to join tomorrow is, what's tomorrow? Tuesday. So tomorrow we're going to have Tuesdays, Thursdays, certified cybersecurity class. To join that class, simply click here, and then it brings you to my class. If you want to join AWS and Terraform infrastructure as code, simply click here, and it takes you into remote class. For our brothers back home that cannot afford $100 for manuals and videos and materials that are worth much over $100, you can come in for, how much is 50? That's about $30. Come in for $30, and then just click here, and then you have access to materials as well. That class will be for weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, because it's stated right here. Look at it. West African resident only, Saturdays and Sundays. All right, so that way everyone can benefit. Everyone can benefit. And then after you have benefited, and then the free training, you see it as quality, you see it as having added value, we can now talk about the big courses where you cannot fall into the category of people with potential to earn this kind of money. And for those courses, we'll be talking about DevOps engineering, and those courses you'll be paying for. You'll be paying for. They will no longer be free $100. But let's not talk about it for now until you have gained the requisite skill from the training to be able to talk. All right, guys, that's all I can talk about for now. I can take your questions. God bless you, sir, for us back at home. Yes, you are welcome. Okay, thank you. Work authorization does not restrict you from any job except jobs that require clearance. Okay, looks like somebody answered somebody. Yeah, thank you for that clarification. Can you get a job with work permit? Of course. What is work permit? Work permit means you are permitted to get a job. Of course. I would say 1 to 3 years experience will give you 85 to 144. Yeah. Thank you. Who was that? Victor. Thank you for that contribution. For the West African student, does it mean that 150K for 3 months? Yeah, if you prefer to see it that way, yes. Otherwise, you see it month by month. Do you teach Azure? Yeah, I teach Microsoft Azure at advanced level. So after you have understood the deployment of, especially at the Kubernetes level. So when it comes to the deployment of provisioning of Kubernetes, yes, I teach Azure. But not for small boys, it's advanced. You're welcome. Thank you a lot. Can you do at least? You can do at least 8. Okay, somebody was answering somebody there. Yeah, 8 gig. Yeah. These days, 16 should be fine. 8 gig. Yeah. At least 8, but 16 better. Anything better? Anything more than 60? Core i5 is good. 256 meg with Core i5. Core i5 cannot come with 256 now. Core i5 should come, the CPU should come with an equivalent amount of RAM that can sustain it. You cannot be talking about Core i5 and talking about 256. Huh? Somebody already. What are they? So with Core i5 should be about 1632 gig. Okay, what are the system required? Okay, yeah. Please kindly share the link to join. Yeah, I already shared the link. So go to theITern.com and then you share brochure with you. Please do share this brochure. Yeah, the brochure, I already gave you the link to the brochure. So go to theITern.com and then you click. Are you talking to us? We can't hear you. And then you click. You click this one.
Harold got like brand new monitors and I got like shit ass monitors. What are you doing?
All right, guys. Please mute yourself if that's not for us. Any more questions? I already looked at the questions that we have there. And
I got a question.
Yes.
Relating to the Linux class, do we need Linux installed, or do we have? What is the arrangement for that?
I said it to Chris, and Chris said no. So he did.
All right, curfew. I had to mute that noise. So for Linux, so the arrangement for your Linux, you don't need anything for Linux or for any of the courses. So every time we need something, we go to cloud and we do it in cloud. So Linux is already in cloud. So we load Linux into our server in cloud and then we use it to practice.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Mr. Akin. I have a few questions, please.
Okay.
I want to confirm if we are enrolling, I'm from Nigeria, I'm based in Nigeria. If we're enrolling for the 3 months program, or if I want to go all the way to the advanced, is for example, the 6 months, I think that involves or includes the DevOps engineering training, and I think I saw Kubernetes or something. Will that training start, or will you take us from the beginning, which is the cloud or the Linux, as well as everything that will be covered in the first month or in the 1 month training, so as to lay the foundation before going as advanced as it can get? And then my second question.
The first 3 months will give you Linux first month. You can actually run them concurrently. So let's say Linux and however you run them. Maybe you're doing Linux and AWS in the first 1 month, and then third month you do. So once you have that foundation, then you can now build DevOps on top of that.
Okay, because I saw you say, I noticed you said if we want to go for the 3 month class, we click on the link and then both classes are happening concurrently. But I'm wondering, are we not all supposed to start from the foundational class, which you are taking, and not raise class, but which is the 3 month class?
Foundational class, let me see.
The 1 month free class.
So all the 4 courses are 1 month free. So let me see which of them you are referring to. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you referring to the cybersecurity as foundational class?
Yes, cybersecurity and then the cloud server admin.
Okay.
With Linux.
Okay. Yeah, you can run them concurrently if you want. Because one is Monday, Tuesday.
I think he's asking about. You scroll down a little bit, sir. I'm looking at the portion of the brochure just next to that, exactly somewhere around there. Oh no, above. Just after the first part of the slide.
Yes.
Yeah, he's from Nigeria. He's talking about this.
No, the next one. Just scroll up slightly.
Here?
Yes, just here, exactly, where your name is written there. So all the free classes are for the first month, for the first 3 months. So normally they're all free and except for the resources. But all the when does the DevOps class actually begin? Do they begin this week? Begin this week?
We have not mentioned DevOps here at all.
Okay.
Is anybody interested in joining DevOps right away? We'll have to talk about it outside here so that we don't talk about too many things at once.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because it looks like so the assumption, just reading this brochure, is that from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. the Linux class, free Linux class is running, and then 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. today, it's as though the DevOps class is also running later throughout this week.
Yeah,
so
yeah, but I already have a DevOps class
verification
that I'm taking. It's not.
Okay.
That's not for you. I do not assume that any one of you will be interested in DevOps right away, especially since you didn't go through the basics with me. So I will not just admit anybody into DevOps when I don't know how you got your basics. So this DevOps that is starting 6 p.m., like you observed, is not for your class. It's for, we have other classes. It's not my first training. I've been doing this for 3 years now in America officially, unofficially maybe 5. So this is a regular training school with our regular people paying $1,000, $700 for different courses. So I have my classes going on. So if you see anything here that is confusing, it's probably for the other classes that are going on. But for your class and for the plan that we have for 2024, it's principally the free training.
Which of this class?
Excuse me, yeah.
Before I can
my name is Don Agada. So like some of us are doing some other work based in the US. So the timing may not be right for us between 1 to 3 p.m. I don't know if you have
Yes, we'll have you covered, Donna. So what we'll do for you is this one. Do you see this one? 6 to 9.
Yeah.
So on demand, that is your category.
Yes, but it's in terms of
how much is the on demand?
Hold on, one person at a time. Donald, did you get that?
No, I mean I saw the on demand, but so I wanted to take advantage of the free training.
No. Free is in fact, there's a statement about free training here. Free, the ITern reserves the right to terminate free training at any time. So free, we have complete control. It's up to us to say.
I understand,
so you know what I mean?
But the timing is going to conflict with my day-to-day work. So
yeah, I understand. That's what we're trying to do. So for people like you, it will be on demand. But for us to have another free session, you want to strangle our resources.
I understand that also. So I was thinking maybe the time can be pushed a little bit.
No, we put a lot of, especially our Nigerian African brothers, we really put a lot into consideration before we agree on this one. All right, next question. Sorry about that.
Okay, maybe I'll call you and talk to you about this later.
How much we can arrange something. Yeah, how much is the paid?
Let's see. theITern.com. I didn't want to talk about that, but since you did. Paid for which course? For which of them?
Maybe the on demand.
For the on demand, yeah.
Which of these courses?
So it would be.
I need to attend.
If the on demand is amongst this one, it will be $600 per month.
In order to proceed to the DevOps.
Wait, I'm trying to meet somebody. Yes, did I answer the question?
Yeah, Mr. Akin, I have a question.
Yeah, you did, but I guess the main question will be for the whole 6 months. Where would it be? Like, I'm wondering which course are we choosing from start to end for on demand for the whole 6 months?
For the whole 6 months, so we have two categories of on demand. We have the mentorship program. This mentorship program is the one where you literally need me to open your brain and so one-on-one. You have struggled on your own, you still don't understand what this IT concept is all about. So this is one-on-one coaching. So for this one, it's strictly 6 months, slowly, one course at a time. Now, the on-demand, the other one of, it's a bit confusing because this one is assuming that you already took advantage of the free courses and now you want to build advanced courses on top of the free courses. So in your own case, would you have gone through the free courses, or even the free courses you want to do paid training for the free courses? In that case, if you want to do paid training for the free courses, for the ones that are free, it will be $300 per course for the first 3 months, and then $600 per course for the next 3 months. So altogether for the 5th month, it will be 300 times 3 plus 600 times 3.
Yeah. Oh. Mr. Kim, my name is Larry.
Hold on, please. Did you get that? The person who had that question.
Yeah, I got that. So that'll be for the whole 6 months. So which one would you prefer?
Hello, Mr. Kim, can you hear me?
I mean, which one would you advise? Is it the one-on-one? Because I am a
novice.
I'm a novice.
Depends on you.
Yeah, I'm a novice without any background. So I prefer the mentorship program.
Yeah, of course. Mentorship used to be one. Have you been following? I hope that you people that have been following, has anyone been following since mentorship for one?
I've been part of this class last year. I did AWS in February. So what happened is,
what's your name?
My name is Larry.
Larry.
Yeah, Omosholade.
Omoshola. Okay.
So I did Linux with you. I also got the material. I advanced to AWS, which was taken by Mr. Femi. So what happened was the timing was not working with me because I had to work also. And the next class, my number was deleted out from the WhatsApp group. So I reached out to you, and but since then I've been trying to work things out with you, how I can just still be part of the program, especially in the area of mentorship, because my background is actually out of IT, and I've been going through the materials I have with me. But this time around, I just really want to know what you can do for me in this regard.
Okay, so Larry, I will take your own case a bit seriously now, since you've been part of the training before. What are you? Larry Ade?
Yes.
What's your name on the group?
My name is...
On the WhatsApp group that you were removed from?
It's the same name.
The same name. Okay. So you already completed Linux and AWS?
Yes.
And now you seek to continue with infrastructure as code, but timing is the problem.
Yeah, Terraform, yeah.
Yeah, we can arrange something. So we have 2 of you now. Somebody said he was going to talk to me after class about clashes with his program. So let us chat after class. Let's see if we can form a class of paid trainees. If I can have just 5 people on the paid training program, and they will now agree between us what the best timing is. So your own timing, are you saying that 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Texas time is not suitable?
Yeah, because this opportunity, I actually prepared for it when I saw you posting it. So I just had to change my timing from work, and just to be able to catch up with this Nigerian. You now is afternoon, so I'm working at night in order to catch up.
Oh, okay. So since that's the case, since for now you can manage with the afternoon session, so why don't you join the free infrastructure as code class now for afternoon? And then let's talk about DevOps.
Yeah, I'm willing to join.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Let's talk about DevOps after that, after you complete that.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hello, my name is Joshua.
Yeah, Mr. Adechula.
The novice DevOps, the mentorship
program.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mr. Adechula. Let me quickly take the person that asked about mentorship. Yes, I'm available for mentorship, and I'll treat you one-on-one, like I said. And because it's mentorship, we really have to work with your own timing.
Right.
Yeah, so for that one, I can bend to suit you. But for the free training, I cannot bend.
Yeah,
because the free training is looking at volume. But for
Right.
mentorship, we can do one-on-one.
Yes,
But for you to say, I'm ready to pay $500 for 6 months just for you, you are serious. So
yeah, the
I'll
content.
definitely see what I can do.
Yeah, so it's the
content,
that we're trying to find
yeah,
out.
content for mentorship is, let's see the content for mentorship. Where is it? Can you see it now? So content will cover the cybersecurity class, will cover Linux, will cover AWS, will cover infrastructure as code, will cover CI/CD engineering, will cover Kubernetes as platform engineering. Somebody was asking, do you do DevOps? Yes. We'll Azure. We'll cover DevOps in Azure cloud, which is not covered anywhere else. Technical projects for interview, all of these projects, one by one, we'll cover all of them. You build all of these things from scratch. Somebody was asking, what do we bring to class when we are doing Linux? You don't bring anything. You go to cloud and you set up all of these things and be able to answer all of this. Project 1, project 2, project 3. All right? And then I'll test you, haven't built it, give details of the workflow that you use to achieve that. Okay, so back to the question.
Okay.
Resume and LinkedIn profile preparation. I'm not an expert there, but from the money you pay, we'll hire an expert that would do that. And then we'll support you to write. By force, you must pass. By force, by fire.
Okay.
The Cloud Solutions Architect certification. And then, of course, we'll add you to the alumni club for networking. And then we'll prepare you, continue to prepare you for interview. Every free session we'll have, every paid session we'll have, we invite you to join, to continue to learn until you get job.
Oh, okay. When I get a job too, I get some support when they have any questions, right?
After you have gotten all of this, will there be anything else to get? Maybe from your alumni members, from other members of the association.
Right.
But for me, I would have given you everything.
You face something at work, and then you probably, in as much as you've showed me, sometimes you face certain challenges whereby you probably wouldn't know how to approach it. So
yeah,
experience.
I get you, but I'm not on that job specifically, so I may not necessarily. But because the alumni will be made up of people like you who have also who also have jobs in different sectors of the economy, different industries, to be able to pinpoint one or two persons, put heads together and brainstorm over it.
Awesome, awesome. So how do I follow from here? Do I reach out to you after this?
To follow from here, you go back to the website.
Okay.
Please, is the mentorship available for people from Africa, Nigeria?
Yes, but unfortunately, we cannot give rebates. It's the same thing. We cannot reduce. Otherwise, it's available to everybody.
Okay.
From all over the world. So the person so you come here, you click register for training, and then you click here. Once you click here, I'll be the first person to know that somebody has registered.
Okay.
And then you send me your proof of payment, and then from there, I'll begin to chat with you privately.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Hello.
Can we use you as a reference?
Only when you do mentorship. When you do the mentorship program, you can use it's called background check. I'll be your background check. So your employer will hire me. Will contact me. Okay. So say so person said he worked under you, you were his manager. Can you tell us about? Of course, I do that for my trainees regularly.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And that's you see, this thing is a complete package. So these are some of the, even after you do the training, you self-train and you are good. These are some of the hurdles that you meet when you are looking for a job. So there's always need to have somebody in the background that can help you. So the mentorship will take care of that. All right. Yes.
I've got a question for you.
Question, sir.
Let me see so that we can take it one by one because many people have questions. Please raise your hand so that we can call you one by one. For now, humble, please. Humble meets. Let's take humble.
Okay, my question is because Nigeria and the three classes, is it all going to be taking place at the same time?
I just showed you the timetable now. Why don't you check here?
Like if I want to, yeah, I'm seeing the timetable, but it's to me it's really interfering with each other?
Is it?
It's the same
Which of them?
dates, but different times.
AWS.
Okay, so let me know the ones that you're interested in so that we can look at them. So, for example, you are talking about doing Linux and
all the. I'm interested in all
Beginner to advanced.
Terraform.
Okay,
Yes.
so beginner to advanced, but at least you are starting with Linux, AWS, and Terraform, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So is it the same time, or is it after each other?
Oh no, for Nigeria, for Nigeria it will be 3 months, one after the other, for the 50K package. Did you get that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For Nigeria special class, it will be one after the other over 3 months. But for
sequential.
Yeah, sequential. But for any other, for the non-Nigerian special class, they can decide to take 2 concurrently or all 3 concurrently. Okay, that answered the question. All right, Osa, you there?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Richard.
Okay.
Sorry.
This is Osa. I had a question about the cybersecurity training. You mentioned preparation for ICS squared. Will that training be sufficient for the CompTIA Security Plus as well?
To pass the certification exam?
Yes, the Security Plus.
Security Plus, I have not really looked at the detailed course curriculum for Security Plus. But Security Plus, CompTIA Security Plus is also a basic entry level. If it's not 100% sufficient, I'm very sure that it will be at least 80% sufficient.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And even for CCNA, the theory of CCNA is just the practice that you miss. So for security generally, that training is key as far as getting the fundamentals right is concerned. The only additional thing that you will need to learn on top of that is the configuration of the security features as it relates specifically to that certification. For example, in the case of CCNA, configuration of Cisco router. In the case of Security Plus, I have not. The last time I looked at Security Plus syllabus was like 6 years ago. So maybe 70%, and then you do additional 30%. All right.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Who is that?
Richard.
Who is speaking now?
Richard.
All right.
On the issue, on the issue of the paid training, can you please say a little more about it? I'm a little bit confused about the 300 and 600. Can you just explain a little bit?
Okay. So for the paid training, Linux server, cloud server administration with Linux is $300. AWS Cloud Solutions Architect is $300. Infrastructure as code with Terraform is $300. Those 3 courses is $300 each. Then after those basic, those fundamental courses, you come to the intermediate level courses. So the intermediate level courses, which is 1, CI/CD infrastructure as CI/CD engineering, that is 600. CI/CD 2, 600. Then Kubernetes.
Okay. Okay, and lastly, and would there be a kind of like a project, technical project just for practice?
All the way.
And what about mentorship? Like mentorship, maybe if you want to format our CV, and if you want us to like give us guideline on how to answer interview questions.
Yeah, we just answered that one. We just now, just 5 minutes ago, we came here, and then we saw. Let me move on. Are you seeing my screen?
Yes.
So this is what you're asking about. So we said that one is a different package. And then we came here and I showed the person who asked. So everything you're asking about is right here. interview preparation, resume preparation, LinkedIn profile, solution. In fact, support until you get job. That's what you have to do. So that comes under mentorship. Okay. It's a different package. So the other ones are, I know what I'm looking for. Just give me the training. I'll go and sort myself. But mentorship is, I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't know. I'll do this training. I'll stay with you until I get job. Whatever you need to do, just do it. That's mentorship. Okay. So there are two different packages. So one is long term. You are giving me all the time to work on you until you get a job. The other one is, I'm in a hurry. Just give it to me now. Let me go. I'll go and sort myself. Okay. All right.
Mr. King, I think that's what I actually want, because my situation, I have certification already, and I already participated in some trainings, but I want to get a job.
Okay. Yeah, even though it's not a promise, we'll work hard together on it. It's not like I have a job that is waiting somewhere. We'll work hard together, continue to mentor you, hold you where you are not doing right. I mean, encourage you to put in the work. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. Okay. Yeah, it's possible. As long as I'm not doing the work on your behalf. So we are recording this so that it doesn't come like, he promised me job I didn't give to me. No, it's not promised. I'm just saying that I know what employers are looking for. I have the project that will give you the preparation, and I'm ready to be available to mold you until you fit in. And then hearing you speak now, you are not the person that has this kind of voice and I can talk logically like this, to be trainable to get to that level. Yeah, it's possible.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
All right. Yes. More questions?
Yes, I wanted to
put down your
confirm,
hand if
is
you
it
already
possible, are there remote jobs available for us in Nigeria or Africa?
No remote job. You have to have employment authorization in the country, that in America specifically, for you to be employed in America.
So for those of us doing the training from Nigeria, we would need to be in the US or Canada or UK?
If that's where you want job, yes. And of course, there are sponsorship jobs. I mean, especially in Canada, there are opportunities now. If you really want to move, you can move and relocate. You can get sponsorship.
Otherwise, there are employment opportunities in Nigeria. Nigerian companies?
I don't know. You are in Nigeria. You should tell me. Are there?
Yes, there are a lot of employment opportunities. Yeah,
Yes,
Nigeria
there are, but
companies.
very low pay.
Yeah, maybe you should start, gain the knowledge, gain the skill, start where you are, gain more experience, and then thereafter you can say, okay, let me move out and earn something better.
But for us in Nigeria, if we want to go from beginner to advanced, based on our own purchasing power here, what package will you recommend for us?
I don't
if
have
we
any
can
other
afford
package other than what I'm giving you now. I cannot
so 3 months, 50K.
That's all I can give to my people in Nigeria, to my brothers and sisters.
If we want to get into the advanced level, after the intermediate level,
Pay
after the 3-month training.
For now, pay the full fee. Unless, of course, something happens and I'm so impressed by your performances.
All right.
At that level, and I say, wow, you mean one of us was able to, let's encourage it, then we could do something. But for now.
But at least for now, we have the intermediate course at 50K for 3 months.
Yeah,
that's
take advantage of that first.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, quick one. And for the mentorship program, on I see AWS Cloud, I see Azure Cloud. Are you going to go in depth into those ones to gain certification for those ones?
No, the certification for mentorship and all of my courses is the focus on certification is just AWS Solutions Architect, associate level. The under emphasis would be on practicals and projects, not on certification.
Okay, so for the bit about DevOps in Azure Cloud, are we going to learn much about Azure to be able to write a certification on our own?
No. My coverage of Azure will not follow the certification curriculum. No. However, I will do the practicals that would expose you to projects within Azure, just like we would have done with AWS.
Okay.
But
okay.
not for the goal of writing certification. For AWS, the goal is both certification and project. But for Azure, it's purely project.
Okay, so after this, with the Azure, you should be in good shape to be able to work with it in the working environment.
Of course, that's what projects is about.
Okay, yeah.
So the emphasis is on certification. I hope you know certification is $3 for $2. Certification is so cheap that I don't. So what employers are looking for now is show me what you can do.
Show me what you can do. Okay.
All of that is English. Show it to me. What project have you done with that?
Okay.
When you got to that point, what did you do about the security? Are you aware that security is an important issue? What did you do there? Okay, at that point, hold on. When you got there, how did you navigate around that? So once you're able to explain these things, and that's different from certification.
Okay.
That brings me to my question. I have two questions. One is, you just talked about security. Are you doing DevSecOps in addition to the DevOps course?
Are we doing
DevSecOps?
Yeah. So what's DevSecOps?
That's it's a new.
Yeah. What additional tools do you learn to cover DevSecOps on top of DevOps tools?
I know it's a new emphasis now.
I know what DevSecOps is. I'm saying, what tool are you expecting? So under DevOps, we're talking about Git, Maven, Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, Ansible. So what additional tool would you be looking at to make that DevSecOps?
I'm not familiar with it. I'm just
okay.
Something I'm seeing out there in the market, and I'm inquiring to know.
More of a concept. It's more of a concept, and the concept is don't leave security to the end of the tunnel. Don't leave security as a department to overlook everything you have done before releasing to production. Every step of the way, be security conscious and integrate security every step of the way. So it's basically about integrating cybersecurity knowledge on top of your DevOps knowledge, so that all the way from your presentation layer through network, especially at networking layer, through physical layer, you know the implication of security and what can be adjusted to secure your application at those layers before it eventually gets into production. You keep interrupting me now. What's the problem? Yeah, the person who asked the question, did you get that?
Yes, so yes, I got it.
It's more of a concept. And the concept now is, if I am security conscious in Jenkins, what do I need to learn in Jenkins so that, for example, not everyone is able to come into my Jenkins environment to build codes? So I go to the security part of Jenkins to allow certain permissions. So, okay, that's fine. What about in Kubernetes? How am I security conscious in Kubernetes? Oh, there should be secret files, a secret. There should be secret and okay. What's the other one? Username and password publicly. I save them in secret and then refer to them. So that these are the things that brings out security consciousness in your CI/CD pipeline. So it's not like one particular application that you need to learn to make it different. So yes.
I've seen people treat
to answer your question.
Right. The reason for my question is I've seen people treat DevOps as a separate course, and then DevSecOps as an entirely different course.
To be honest, I actually attempted it as well. I don't know if you followed me. At one time, I for about 3 months, I was advertising DevSecOps. And then I came to realization, this is not really so different. It's just extending each tool to include security. My Git now includes the security feature of Git. My Maven, especially my Jenkins, includes the security feature of Jenkins. My Kubernetes includes So it's not something separate. It's something on top of DevOps. Yeah, I know what you're coming
Sounds
from
good.
because yeah.
So
That's
I have
great.
a
Thanks very much.
question.
Sorry, but I do have a second question. Sorry.
All right,
It's a quick one though.
Yeah.
During one of about a few months ago or about last month, I saw, or just a few weeks ago, I saw that on the website, you know, it would always list up to 15 projects, but it seemed when you were giving a description of the course that we're going into, it's been reduced to about 3. So could you kind of touch on that? Is the DevOps course still, does it still include that much
those 15
amount of projects?
Yes, it still does. It still does.
Okay.
In fact, those projects are things that we do in class.
Okay.
So they have become so much part of the training now that we really no longer see it as projects like that. So instead of that, we now have bigger projects, industry, we call it production level projects. So those are the ones we are now emphasizing. So instead of just calling create three Jenkins master slave configuration, instead of calling that one a project, we now have a project that will take you a whole 3 weeks to complete.
I saw that I saw that these new projects are not included in the non-mentorship, the non-mentorship program. They are not included, these particular new ones now. I mean,
but let me tell you a secret. This project is included in the 3rd month of the paid $600 course.
Okay.
In the 3rd month, yeah. So even if you don't do mentorship, you can still have access to this project.
Got it. Okay.
All right.
So I have a question, please.
Yes, please go on.
Yeah, for somebody who has done the Linux, AWS infrastructure as a code, and wants to get into the paid DevOps Kubernetes plus mentorship, what package do you have for them? What are they supposed to pay?
You cannot do mentorship. Let them just pay for the 3 months training. Let them pay for the 3 months advanced training.
So you can't mentor them even though they did it with you. Like I'm asking.
They did it with me.
I'm asking if for example, the free courses you're offering now, say somebody completes the 3 of them and wants to get into the paid DevOps and Kubernetes and the rest of the advanced ones, and also wants mentorship.
What you are looking for a mentorship, you'd have gotten it in the paid training. You know what I mean by the paid training? Let's see. Okay.
Yeah, the advanced.
Yes, this DevOps CI/CD, you'd have gotten it here.
So if somebody pays for these advanced ones, you also benefit from all the resume and all the other stuff.
Not exactly.
Interviews.
Not exactly. So what's the confusion for you? You said that you do mentorship. There are only 2 ways. So I don't see how you would have done free training, you would do DevOps, and then you still want, what exactly do you want from mentorship that you don't already have? So why don't you just do mentorship from beginning and then I carry your matter on my head? Or you do the other ones, and then once you are done with training, I shake your hands and I say, all the best, go and look for a job.
I'm just asking for somebody who wants to benefit from the free trainings plus.
Yeah.
Because the mentorship program includes all the the mentorship program includes all the Linux infrastructure as a code, AWS, right?
You are lagging, we're not hearing.
Oh, sorry. I was saying the mentorship
you know what? For you,
program for 6 months. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
You are lagging. We didn't hear you. I didn't hear what he said. I only heard it right. But let's.
Oops, is it my internet?
No, it's not yet.
I think it's from me.
I think his connection is bad.
Oh, okay.
It's from him.
I think what he's trying to say basically is if you want the free one, then you cannot jump to the mentorship.
But I mean, anybody that want to take, at the end of the day, I feel like people will still need guidance after class. You know, the goal is to get a job after you pay, and people still need help about resume.
Yes, I think
he'll
that's
be pointing you
for the mentorship one.
Right.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I'm
Yeah.
still here.
I lost your connection. I lost connection for a while. Sorry about that. Yes, Elsie, there's no need to drag that one. Let's do it step by step. Let's finish the first one first, and then we'll know the next thing.
Okay.
All right, more questions. Oh, I didn't. Okay. Yes. Any more questions?
So there's just an industry question. Since you've been in the industry for this long, what is the prospect of the application of DevOps technology in the African continent? I'm asking this because, for example, those of us who take this course and wouldn't have the chance to travel outside the continent, I'm just asking in terms of what is the prospects that we have.
I mean, IT application does not segregate between continents and countries. So whatever is applicable, I mean, we are being led by the tech giants. They are the head of the snake. Wherever they go, they are leading the rest of the world. So whatever Microsoft decides to do, whatever Amazon decides to do, and the Facebook and the rest of them, whatever industry best practice they adopt, it will find its way to the rest of the world to get to the tail. So we cannot really say because it may be more applicable at first in America, but ultimately, these other IT companies, just like in regular economics, no country is independent. One country is always dependent on the other one. So it has a way of flowing. Microsoft is everywhere, Facebook applications everywhere, and they are serving. In fact, it's just that I do not know whether it will be in our lifetime. These same technical giants now are actually high in Africa, and they want to come and take over Africa technologically and extending what is operational in the first world country to Africa. So when they do that, they will definitely need Africans to work. For example, when I think it was 2 years ago, when Amazon opened a center, a data center in South Africa. Do you know what a data center is? One data center would be at least 3 availability zones. And each data center is as big as, you cannot see me here. It's as big as, can be as big as hectares of land. I don't even know how to. So that means that thousands of South African contractors and direct labor and indirect labor, in fact, going to millions, were hired directly or indirectly to work in the data center to make sure it is always up to contribute to the Amazon footprint, global contribution, and even though it's located in, I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
Exactly. So
yeah,
it's not hungry, it's not country relegated. Yeah, it may be flowing in the top first, and then you are envying it, but ultimately it will flow. It will.
What's your employment rate, even when you do mentorship one-on-one after 6 months for your previous, based on your own assessment?
2021, 2022 was really high. 2023 business was not so, but 2024 things were pick up again. So when it was high, let's say by the end of training or immediately 1 month, during training 1 month, 2 months, by then, 1 month, 2 months after training, at least four out of 10 would have gotten jobs. And then 3 months, 6 months after training, when the people who were relatively new to IT have made time to practice all over. So I normally get calls or email to do reference for maybe 2 or 3 additional persons. So on the average, within 1 to 6 months of training, 60% of people would have gotten it when jobs were really, especially 2023. 2023, training really reduced, and you could, that reduced to up to maybe only 2 persons out of 10 people. So 2024, I'm optimistic with all of this arrangement that we have in place, that things will pick up to maybe 40% immediately after training again. And then people who get training after, people who get job, like 6 months, 5 months after training, they may not necessarily let me know. I may not know directly. But, yeah.
Sounds good.
Yes. All right. How much time have we spent? Oh, okay. We spent less than 2 hours. We started at 1. Okay, we still got time. All right. So any more questions? Yes. Josh. Richard already asked question. Emmanuel, Lulu, your hand is still raised. And then, by the way, another thing about the question you asked about that, not all 10 people in a 10-person class are looking for work. Some of my trainees are already, I just saw one IT manager, and that's all reminded me. Some of my trainees already have jobs. Many of them already have jobs. So they are just, some are just here to enhance their skill because they already have jobs to perform better on the job. All right, so yes. 3 participants raised now. Yeah, Josh, you have a question?
Yeah. Can I ask a question real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
Sorry, I just joined. My challenge actually is the timing. Is there, because I don't know if I'm sure most of us do work, right? I'm based in the United States. As I'm speaking to you, I had to pause, and to listen in. So the question becomes, is there a way we can have training after hours for my likes? If that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Yes, we can have 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Texas time. Is that fine with you?
Oh yeah, that would be if it can even be moved, because most times I do patching. And do you have classes for like 8 to 10?
No, not for now. Where are you? Are you in Texas?
I am in San Antonio, to be precise. Yeah, Texas.
Oh, okay. The farthest we have now is 6 to 9 p.m. But
that'll work. 6 to 9. I don't mind.
6 to 9 p.m. 2 days a week. But that will be paid training, $300 per course.
And I'm actually looking at the DevOps.
Oh, DevOps is 600. Yeah, definitely. For DevOps, yeah, we can do something for DevOps.
And if I can, maybe after I'll just chat to you privately and discuss more.
Yeah, we always have DevOps. So yes, let's chat privately if that time is okay. For example, the DevOps I'm starting this week is on the 5th. I think I have a new DevOps class starting either tomorrow or day after tomorrow. I'll let you know.
And it's hands-on, right?
Yeah, all DevOps are hands-on from day one.
All right.
So we're
Thanks
going
for
to set up.
entertaining my question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Any more questions, guys? So I don't
Yes,
take your
please.
time.
I just want to clarify. So if I want to start from beginner to the DevOps level, and then I'm from Nigeria, I can do the first 3 months with the 50K per month up to infrastructure as code, and do another 1 month for DevOps. That's how it works, making 4 months.
We've tackled this question many times now. Why is it so difficult to understand? Accounted.
Yes, sir.
It's not that hard.
I just wanted to clarify.
DeITern. All right. Can you see my screen? Can you see this screen?
Not yet.
I'm not sharing screen.
No.
Oh, really? Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, now.
I thought I was sharing screen. I'm sorry. Many things I should have shown. Okay, so these are the courses you are taking under the, what do we call it now? The free training program. Your question is, after you take these courses, can you proceed to take these courses? Is that your question?
Yes, although because I saw on the brochure, I saw 1 month for DevOps, and so I was wondering if the DevOps was
DevOps
just
is not
1
1
month.
month now. DevOps is not 1 month. We're talking about DevOps. Let's see where you saw 1 month so that you can correct it. Where did you see 1 month indeed?
Scroll up, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
Up, still go up. Intermediate courses.
DevOps CI/CD engineering, 1. DevOps. Oh, for us, we call all of these DevOps 1, 2, 3.
No, just under the intermediate level. I thought it can
that
be
one
done.
is 1 month. Then this one is 1 month. Then this one is 1 month. All together, this one, you can see my month. This 1, 2, 3, all together, there are 3, and that's what we have here together as 3 months.
Okay, they must
So
be
we call
done.
them all DevOps engineering together, even though here we call them different subtitles, they are all under DevOps engineering. So as a DevOps engineer, we are going to cover CI/CD engineering, Kubernetes engineering, and those projects that we talked about earlier on. All those projects under here.
I thought one could stop at intermediate. They have to be done together. Very clear. Thank you.
You don't have to, but if the goal is to get job, the people you are going to compete with out there, because the job is not meant for just you. So many people are going to apply. There's going to be to interview, they are going to test them, and the best person is going to get the job. The people that will be competing with you for the same job, they would have attended all of this. Do you think you can compete with them if you do 1 month out of 3 months course? So you are not likely to compete with them, especially the person who would have gone through this project. Because when we say you don't have experience, this is the experience they are talking about. This is the experience. We just got a contract from Shell to build this. We are just going to pen this and give it a big name. Your own work now, what did you do? You are going to tell the interviewer, there was this situation where my company had this, and we had the task of accomplishing this one. My own specific action was that I did it, and the result was that what was taking Shell 3 years to deploy was not deployable within 1 week. Then the next question will follow, what did you do in all of this English? Now, technically, you now say what you did. If you did not complete this project, then what are you going to say that you did here? It is from what you did here, not in technically. Somebody was talking about DevSecOps. It is your ability to show here that you ran into a problem. However, your imposition of security on your CI/CD pipeline helped you resolve the problem. And what was an issue became, the issue was resolved the minute you introduced that solution. And then, wow, you did that? This is the kind of person we are looking for. And then somebody is saying, we're using 15 servers to deploy a simple application. And then it became, that was the situation. It became a problem. What I did was I replaced all of the 15 servers with a simple Kubernetes cluster using Terraform. And then, how did you do that? And then, so these are the projects. So this is not English. This is practical. So without these experiences, if you do only DevOps 1, even though I will take the money from you, you are going to go out there and say, those people don't know what they are doing. They taught me. I did not get job. You will not tell them that you didn't do the full course, that you did only one. So it's not good for my business. So the full package is
clear now.
1, 2, 3.
It's 3 months. Very clear. Thank you.
All right. Yeah.
Yes, I have a question.
Yes, please go.
Please, just to follow up with his question, which of these free courses does someone needs to attend before we can proceed to these intermediate level courses? Which is
Linux, Linux, number one, Linux, number two, AWS, number three, infrastructure.
Okay, but these free courses, this Linux and the AWS, I think the timing are contradicting because is the time schedule is going to be the same time on the AWS and the Linux.
Where are you? Are you in Linux? Are you in the US or Nigeria?
Yes, sir, I'm in the US. I'm in Texas.
Why not take them one by one? Instead of running the two of them in 1 month, why not run one in 1 month and the other one the other month?
Okay, so now, which one would you advise for someone like me?
Linux first.
Okay, Linux first.
Are you completely new to IT? Do you know what a router is, what switches are, what network is?
I don't have any IT background, so I'm new to
cybersecurity and Linux, just as it's written there.
Okay, so how about the AWS? I can do that later on.
That's the only answer now. What other answer do you expect?
Okay. All right, thank you.
So if you spend the first 1 month doing cybersecurity and Linux, and then you are fine with that, after 1 month, you look at yourself and say, wow, I have learned something. I'm a different person. Let me continue this. This thing is sweet. Then naturally, the next course will be AWS.
Okay. All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Lee Wedrogo, you were trying to. Have you asked your question? Huh? We couldn't chat earlier on because I knew we were going to meet here. All right, guys. So we've done 2 hours. I don't want to take any more of your time. Training proper starts tomorrow, and then thereafter, I'll see you in class, and then we'll start technical class. All right. So training, coming, and then once I'll tell you how you get the manuals and access to the video recordings and whatever other material we have for you to support you outside of.
Free training, is it going to be paid for first or when you want to get materials?
Anyway, you already have the link, so just click that link and join me in class tomorrow. All right, guys. Is that all?
No, I have a question, please.
All right. So let's quickly take your question.
Yes, I was wondering if I have to register again to get access into the website, or I just log in with my email address.
To get access to my website, like this one, can you see my website?
Yes, but I can't get into the brochure. I can get into the Facebook. It's only telling me to log in or sign in.
Can you see this one?
Okay.
See details.
Yes.
Can you click that?
Yes. Okay.
And then it doesn't bring the page. And then when you come to what page? Zoom link to classes. Which class would you like to join?
Right, the Zoom link. Yeah, that's what I was trying to get into.
Which
so
of them?
I go down the cybersecurity and the AWS.
Cyber security. This one. So if you click this, it will take you straight to class. You're already on Zoom now, so you cannot open another Zoom session for you.
Right. Yeah. I just wanted to confirm how to get here. That's what I was asking.
Okay, so now you know how to get here.
Right, thank you.
All right. Any other questions? All right, guys. So thank you so much. So we see, I may not see some of you again because unless you are in my class, if you are doing, let's look at that one more time. If you are doing AWS and infrastructure as code, it will be my colleague's class, the expert in AWS and infrastructure as code. And then he will know what to do. But for people that will be completely new to IT, cybersecurity and Linux, if you can take the 2 of them concurrently, awesome. I'll see you in both classes. Otherwise, I want to take 1 of them from me and then 1 of them from, for example, somebody may want to do Mondays and Wednesdays, Linux. And then, what was the other one? Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay. However, I'm not sure how you want to arrange it. But the point I'm trying to make is you can take 2 courses. You can take 2 courses. Yeah. Right? Okay, thank you so much. This video will be made available on YouTube. If you search for Akin Aregbesola on YouTube or theITern.com, you find it and then you can practice with it. Subsequent videos will not be available publicly. They'll be shared only with people who paid for money. All right, so let me see if my cloud server is still on. It's still on. So let me quickly delete the server that I created here to demonstrate how Linux works. So I say terminate instance. My instance will terminate, and then I'll close my. And then that is it. And then back to class. All right. That's fine. All right. Where's my browser? Okay, I can't find my browser. Well, let me take your time. I'll look for it by myself. All right, guys, that's it for today. Thank you very much. So see you subsequently in subsequent classes.
Thank you, Mr. Akin.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Quick question.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.